for our master class of the day. And to help us with that is not just anybody. He comes with over 40 years of experience. He is that six-figure ring earner and member of the he is a member of the Executive Leadership Council. He is that shareholder, the number one shareholder in the US of A. He is none other than the man known as everybody's coach. We're talking about Mr. Erik Robinson.
Woo! Great morning, great morning, great morning, great morning, great morning. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, all right. Oh my goodness. I'm excited. The stories are flying. The people are not lying. It was all that and some. DJ, I got a question for y'all. Let's see what you got, DJ. You've been doing everybody else like they paid you. I want to know, team, how y'all feel?
Fired up.
Woo! And what's up?
My income. My
And
income.
y'all got to let me know. Who gets the green sheet?
Everybody gets
Get your green sheets. Everybody gets your green sheets. Get your green sheets. Everybody gets your green sheets. Get your green sheets. Everybody gets your green sheets. Get your green sheets. Everybody gets your green sheets.
Let's go. All right. Woo! Get your green sheet. You know, y'all recapping the conference. I'm surprised nobody talked about. I love y'all. Hold on, 𝗥𝗲𝗀𝗃. You said something. You said determination is what gets you started, but when you become obsession, is when you can't stop. Ooh. Hopefully, say that. Say it again, 𝗥𝗲𝗀𝗃, real quick. If you could break that down correctly, I like that.
Yeah. Second.
Take your time.
If discipline means you have to force yourself to work, obsession means you have to force yourself to stop.
Discipline means you have to force yourself to work. Obsession means you have to force yourself to stop. Say what? How many of y'all obsessed? See, when you put it like that, how many of y'all can say that I am really obsessed with my business? See, I know I'm obsessed because I gotta force myself to stop. I can be up all night long. See, some people like, Erik, this is taking too much time. This is doing this and this is doing that. No, you ain't obsessed. I love it. So you gotta get to a point of obsessed. Obsession is when you start making that money. Ooh. People like, oh, you gotta have the work-life balance. You can't be all that. It can't be about this. Can't be about that. Okay, no problem.
Determination makes you
Keeps
you motivated to keep going, but when you're when you're determined, you have to keep fighting for it. When you're obsessed, you have to force yourself to stop.
Come on now. Yeah. When you're obsessed, you got to force yourself to stop. See, some of y'all haven't got to the point where you just got to force yourself to stop. But I'm going to talk today real quick. I got a short time about 4 types of millionaires. I talked about this on my call last night with our leaders. And I want to talk about 4 types of millionaires because when you start to think about it, most people don't realize what they got their hands on. See, Experior gives you an opportunity to really create 4 types of millionaires. And when you know that, when you understand it, you might put a little bit more respect on your business. Put a little bit more respect on yourself. Let me take another sip from the CEO cup. This is so good. All drinks taste better than the CEO cup. You can get this on 120 agency plan. Go to 𝗍𝗶𝗃𝗍𝗶. You can get your own cup. Matter of fact, you can get as many as you want. You should have a whole cabinet full of 𝗍𝗶 CEO cups. Why? So whenever you drinking something or thinking something or feeling down, just go grab a drink. And this does hot or cold. Woo! Hot or cold. Nobody never know what you got in the cup either. See, some of y'all drinking on clear plastic cups. People know what's in that cup, right? They don't know what's in here. This thing you know. So, 4 types of millionaires. I want to share this with you. Because most people think millionaires just one way. But what if you look at your business a little bit different? and I'm gonna share my secrets, 4 types of millionaires, secret sauce. You won't find this on Webster or Google or Amazon or anything like that. This is Eric Robinson's own secret sauce, the 4 types of millionaires. Are y'all ready? Say I'm ready.
Ready?
All right. 4 types of millionaires.
Ready.
Number 1, I call that the residual millionaire. Number 1 is the residual millionaire. What does that mean?
Already.
So think about this. If you have $1 million in the bank, right? You got $1 million in the bank, and you take $1,000 out. Do you still have $1 million?
No.
No. You got 999,990. 999,990.
900.
900. You ain't got 1,000. Whatever it is, you ain't got $1 million. You're 1,000 less than $1 million. Are y'all with me? You don't have $1 million. But if you happen to have $1 million cash in the bank, what are you going to do with that $1 million? Are you going to just sit it somewhere? Or are you going to let it earn interest? You're going to put it in your Nike bank account or your Reebok, or some of y'all by then, you probably the Prada bank account. That's like the shoebox. You ain't caught that? Or you're going to put it somewhere and let it earn a little bit of interest?
Annuity. Earn some interest.
You're going to put it somewhere and let it earn some interest, right? So let's say you got $1 million. You accumulate $1 million and you're earning interest. Let's say 6%. That's a safe, good interest number, right? Let's say you're earning 6%. Solid number. Ladies and gentlemen, how much is that per year? How much that's per year, right?
60,000.
60,000 a year.
$60,000.
So you're earning 60,000 a year interest on that money. Now, earning 60,000 a year interest on that money, isn't that the equivalence if you built a business that's generating you passive income? Meaning when I say I'm talking to my Experior agents here. You got it, and it could be somebody, some of y'all, because we get a lot of people watch this show who are not part of Experior. I don't know why you ain't. You need to hit us up, hit me up if you're not. But let's talk to my Experior agents, and if you're not, it can be any kind of business that's generating you passive income. But let's say Experior family, you got a business and it's generating you $60,000 a year, $5,000 a month, that's like a passive income. Think about it. Uncle Jock has run his business with a 6-figure business, and he said in his career, he's probably personally wrote 3 life insurance apps. Most of his income comes from passive overrides. Are y'all with me? So that's well over 60. He got well over $60,000 a year. That's $5,000 a month. If you create a $5,000 a month income, isn't that like having $1 million sitting in the bank at 6%?
Yes.
See, some of y'all ain't catching that. See, some of y'all like, oh, I'm trying to get to $1 million. Our goal is to create 100 millionaires. Look, we're going to start with the residual millionaire. That means you got a passive income that's coming in. $5,000 a month. Is that doable? Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely doable. Got people on this line doing it. Are y'all with me? And they ain't lying. Ooh. So that's number 1, the residual millionaire. Number 2, y'all ready? I call this the asset millionaire. The asset millionaire. That's when you have like assets that's worth $1 million. The asset is worth $1 million. So let's take Experior. So if you're generating an income of $166,000 a year, you get your income up to $160,000 a year, passive, not your production. So all this is passive now, because if you are doing it, when you take you out, that's not part of the business. See, a business is what's happening when you're not producing. Are y'all with me? When you have a business, it's not about you, it's about what your team is producing. Because if it's just about you, that's self-employed. That means when you're gone, the business is no longer working. Kind of like that story somebody told earlier with the Uber driver. Well, the Uber driver said, if I don't come home, if I don't make no money, my family don't eat. But if you're the only personal producer, if something happens to you, your family don't eat. Are y'all with me? You're no different. You're self-employed selling life insurance. So, but let's say the business owner who has a team, who has built a business and is doing $166,000 a year. Do y'all realize with Experior, we actually own our business? That's what makes us special than other companies. We literally own your business. Now you're an executive director doing $166,000 a year. And I'm telling y'all, that's real. Because we got multiple people on our team in just 4 years. We got multiple people on our team that's doing it. That's done it. Y'all ain't hearing me. So that's real. But now what do they own? If it's not their personal production and it's happening, guess what? You could sell your code here at Experior. You could actually sell your business to somebody, and the going market rate, let's say the going market rate is like 6 times. Like 6 times your yearly salary. So if your business is substantial and it's sustainable and you got people producing, you could probably sell your code for 6 times the value. So 166,000 a year passive income times 6. What's the value of that business? Anybody got a calculator?
996.
996,000.
9,000. Yeah,
Well, this
996.
167,000. Add another dollar. Add another 1,000 to that because it's 166,666. 167. Now what you got?
A lot of money.
$1 million. How close to $1 million?
167 times 6 is what? $1 million. So you now create a business worth $1 million. And some people think, well, I got to get to the other one is the asset. If you get your business up to $167,000 a year passive income, you now create $1 million asset. So y'all got to understand something. Why we say Warren Buffett, somebody like Elon Musk, one of the richest people on the planet, is it because they got billions of dollars of cash or they own a company worth billions of dollars? See, they're billionaires because they got asset. They own stock in a company that's valued more than, are y'all with me? See, when you own stock in your business, which is your business, and you build it, the value makes you a millionaire. Some of y'all don't even realize it. Ooh. Hope y'all catching this. See, we always think $1 million, you gotta have $1 million in the bank. So number 2 is asset millionaire. What's number 3? This is what most people understand. I call this the income millionaire. See, number 3 is the income millionaire. That means you're creating a cash flow. If you look at Experior just created 4 millionaires, income millionaires. But you know what? They was residual millionaires first. Then they became asset millionaires second. Then they became what? Income millionaires or cash flow millionaires. Where Darren Goker just crossed over as a cash flow millionaire, right? 𝗏𝗏𝘀𝗶 did it in 9 months. 9 months, he got a cash flow, a 12-month cash flow of $1 million in just 9 months. Ooh. See, what is that telling me? It's possible for them, it's possible for you. Are y'all with me? Now, somebody said, Erik, he had experience, he had a team. So, okay, one day you're going to have experience. One day you're going to have what? A team. I love it. Somebody said, God will allow you to be anybody you want to be as long as it's not somebody else. So you just got to be you millionaire. Are y'all with me? So we're creating residual millionaires on our way to asset millionaires, on our way to cash flow millionaires. And then the 4th one, you said, Erik, there was 4 of them. Well, the 4th one is what we call a liquid millionaire. Now, what is a liquid millionaire? That ties back to that first one. I said you had $1 million cash. The liquid millionaire is when you now have $1 million liquid access cash, whether it's in an account, whether it's in whatever. You can put your hands on $1 million. See, first you become that residual millionaire. Erik, that's $5,000 a month. Let me get there. That's not on your pen. That's not your personal production. See, if you're doing it, then that ain't the same thing because that's not passive income. That's active income. The second thing is now become a asset millionaire. Now my business, now I got to 5,000, let me get to 167,000. The third thing, now let me get that business cranking up and my cash flow is going to go to $1 million. Are y'all with me? $1 million a year. Then the 4th thing is, now I got enough cash. I'm stacking that cash. I'm stacking that I'm putting it in accounts where the money can grow. And we got some accounts where it can grow even better than 6%, not making no claims, but somebody put a thing in there. So we got some places where your money can grow better than 6%. Now I got a cash. Are y'all with me? See, when we talk about that $1 million baby plan, we're showing you how to put a couple of $100 away for a young child, and they can become a liquid millionaire by the time they're looking at retirement age, 50, 60. They're liquid millionaires with $1 million cash in the bank using life insurance. Ooh. See, when you understand the different 4 types of millionaires, see, most people think there's only one type. I got to have $1 million in the bank. I ain't got $1 million in the bank. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a journey. Unless you hit the lottery, the Powerball, or you become one of these celebrities, an instant overnight success. Are y'all with me? See, when you always look up, it says, what's the celebrity's net worth? You always Google certain celebrities and you can say, hey, their net worth is this, their net worth is this. Their net worth, that's usually talking about the assets. What is the value of what they own? Are y'all with me? It doesn't talk about how much cash is in they got in the bank. What's the value? A lot of times the celebrity's net worth is based off of their income. Well, John Smith signed a contract for the Indiana Pacers and he's making $1.2 million a year. And he got a 3-year contract, so his net worth is probably about $4 million. Maybe got some real estate, but we don't know if his net worth, he bought a house for $1 million, but we don't know if he paid cash for it or if he got $1 million loan, right? So you buy a house for $1 million with $1 million mortgage, what's the net worth of that house? 0. You did no money down and there's no appreciation. So you got $1 million home, but there's no net worth there because you owe $1 million. Are y'all with me? See, so when you start looking at people, understand something. Employee mindset is always thinking salary, income. I make $1 million. You got to make $1 million or have $1 million in the bank. Business owners are always thinking about the value. What's my business worth if I sell it? Now, let me let y'all on a bombshell announcement. A lot of companies out there talk about we own our business and you can sell it for 5 to 6 times. That's the going rate. But here's the problem of that. You created a business that's worth $1 million. If you want to sell it to somebody, are you expecting to take IOUs or are you expecting to get a check?
Check.
Yeah.
You want to sell it for a check. Are y'all with me?
Yes.
See, the problem with some of these other companies out there that talk about, man, my business is real. That's if you really can sell it. We don't know because I've seen some contracts where it's a bunch of crap. But let's say you could. Now you got to go find a buyer who got $1 million or $2 million to give it to you. Are y'all with me? X going to give it to you and he's gone, right? So rest his soul. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. So now here's the thing. Experior just announced that they will actually buy your business at 8 times the value. Experior says you build your business up. If you want to sell a piece, you don't have to sell the whole thing. If you want to sell a piece, we will buy back at 8 times the value. The current market is 5 to 6. We're going to give you 8 times the value, and we're going to guarantee to write you a check. What? And you don't have to sell the whole thing. Woo! Are y'all catching that? Are y'all catching that? You can sell a piece and get a check. So what are you saying, Eric? Suppose my business is doing $500,000 or $250,000 a year. My business is doing $250,000 a year. I could sell a piece that I need to get a check. So let's use that $250,000 a year. You can sell maybe 50% of that business to Experior. What's $250,000 minus divided by 50%? That's $125,000. You can take $125,000, multiply that by 8. What's that? Somebody do $125,000 by 8.
$2 million.
So you can get $2 million. They will write you a check for $2 million up front, and you still are going to get $125,000 every year. They'll give you a $2 million check. That's yours, and we still going to allow you to keep the 125 because you're splitting the 250. Experior says we're going to take the 125. We're going to give you 8 times your yearly salary up front. We're going to pay you for 8 years up front, and you still keep the 125 and any future earnings. So that 125 grows and grows and grows. You still keep that. Now they keep the growth on their side, but here's the thing: it's not a fake ownership now, because now you got a real buyer who says, "I will buy it." Ladies and gentlemen, that's a game changer. Because a lot of people say, you can sell your code. And I'm always like, who are you going to sell it to? Who do you know with $2 million cash laying around to buy your business? Think about that. How many of y'all got some people right now who will write you a check for $2 million? Most of y'all don't. But now you build that business, you guarantee you got a buyer. Experience keeps changing the game again and again and again. So ladies and gentlemen, I just want to drop you all that 4 types of millionaires. Hope y'all got something out of it. The conference has been on fire. Tonight we got a team huddle. Yeah, it's Memorial Day. You got the cookout, but we are growing. So Troy Gandy, back to you, sir.
All right, all right. You heard it, experts. You just got served again by one of the best in the business. So let's give an amazing round of applause for well-deserved everybody's coach, Erik Robinson.
Woo!
Yeah. You did it,
Great.
coach.
Great trainer,
Hey,
Erik.
I'm telling you. Well, family, that brings us to the 𝗍𝗫 inspired recap relay of the day. And this is where you get to reflect in 1 minute or less the most inspirational nugget from today's masterclass. And then I will pass the baton on to the next business runner. So who is ready to take the baton? Too late, all of y'all dragging your feet. So
I'll take it.
let's go, Marcella.
First of all, I want to say thank you, Erik, for this amazing training. And I just appreciate how he broke it down as far as residual, asset, income, and liquid, because once again, it's all about educating people for them to get a full understanding on, things that you have. And knowing that we have this right here in our hands, it's time to just go out here and put the food on our plate and eat. So I'm saying, let's go get it.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thank you, Marcella, for bringing it in. You smoked it into the zone, actually, in 15 seconds. I'm telling you, that's getting it done. And we're going to pass the baton now on to the Professor 𝗏𝗂𝗶𝗰𝗵.
Good morning, everyone. It was a pleasure seeing all of you there.
Yes,
I know
it
I could
was.
have raised my hand. I would have raised my hand to share the takeaway, but I just wanted people who probably were there in their first convention to also share. So, but thank you, Erik. Thank you for sharing this great topic this morning. Congratulations again. 𝗏𝗏𝘀, I took you a video like I promised. Okay, I'm going to share with you. It was a promise made, promise kept. But thank you, Erik, for sharing, because especially about selling the shares. You know, when Jimmy mentioned that in the ED meeting, and I was telling my team the other day that right now the short-term goal is not an SFA or SM or whatever. The short-term goal for everybody is to become an ED. Become an ED so that you can get the shares. That should be your short-term goal. It doesn't matter how long it's going to take you, but that should be your short-term goal. The next thing to qualify is to become an ED. Get the shares or get the 100,000 income and get the shares, because it's only going to get better here. When Experior mentioned that they're going to buy part of your shares if you want to sell it for 8 times the value, who does that? Only Experior. So we have a great thing here, guys. Let's take it out, okay? Thank you. Allow me to share. Back to you, Mr. Troy.
All right. And well, there's no other hands up, so I'll just take the baton myself. And I'll just say thank you for each and every one of you, and Coach Erik Robinson for doing your thing. And man, can't say enough about the event in itself. Man, it was phenomenal. It was amazing to meet everybody in person, for hearing the story. The one that was most impactful to me, though, was Mr. 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗃 and his wife. My gracious, to actually see him there and to get a visual of that, and his wife taking no for an answer for a loved one. So we only got one chance at this life, y'all, to make it right. And the sense of urgency was there. And the fact that she was not taking no for an answer, and she called over 40 some different surgeons to get him the help that he needed, says that we need to act with the swiftness and the quickness to make some things happen for some folks, and then just be blessed by default. So with that being said, I'm gonna pass that baton right now on to and thank you, Coach Erik Robinson, for allowing me to get on the stage before I was supposed to be on the stage to see what it's like to be on the stage like Miss 𝗖𝗏𝘀 Car. And with that being said,
Troy. You did a good job, Mr. Troy. That was awesome. You did a good job. You just, like I told you, you just put yourself on the map with Experior.
Yes, man. It's crazy. It was a good experience. That was crazy. Yeah, and you had to roll up out of there, but it was good. I'm gonna pass it on now to Mr. Andre West.
Woo! I'm enjoying all of these nuggets that everybody got from this convention. It has been wonderful to experience all of that with you. If you don't take the time to heal, you will bleed on the people that didn't cut you. Wow. What will happen if I quit? I summarized a lot of these things in the chat today. And then don't play with this opportunity because I ain't got time to play. Wow. Everybody was nailing it today. And Siobhan, I wrote yours down as well. If it was a 40% chance, oh, wait a minute, if I paid for your first class ticket on a flight, but it was a 40% chance you would make it or not make it, would it be worth it to be flying first class in that plane? Obviously, no. So why gamble with your retirement? Let's have a conversation, everybody. Love it. Thank you. This is awesome. Good work.
Woo, woo, woo.
Hey,
Thank
Troy,
you, thank you for bringing it into the zone. What we
Troy,
got?
I couldn't raise my hand, but I got my hand raised.
Uncle Job, hit it.
All right. The biggest thing I wanted to say was we all got the same 24 hours in a day to make it happen. Let's not let this opportunity slip away. Let's not be the ones that say, I was there and didn't take advantage of it. Let's not be the ones in 7, 8, 9, 10 years. We the ones that look up and say, damn, I coulda, woulda, shoulda. We all got an opportunity right now to become rich, not make a lot of money, not, we got an opportunity to become rich. Like, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Like, think about it. In the next 3 to 5 years, we can change the trajectory of our finances and put ourselves on a track to becoming rich. Troy?
Yeah. All right. Thank you, each and every one of you, for participating in this morning's Good Morning Experts. And now I'll give it back to none other than the man that puts it down like no other. He is one phenomenal individual that always brings it, amazes me each and every day. That is none other than Coach, everybody's coach, Erik Robinson. Thank you for putting in the work.
Thank you, Troy. Thank you for everyone for that. Troy, thanks for all you do every day. I want to say something real quick. Y'all gonna act like y'all didn't see Troy's cowboy hat. Y'all was gonna act like those at the conference know I was walking around all day with my cowboy hat. Y'all gonna act like Troy didn't just come up in here with the cowboy hat.
Oh, I said something when I first got on the call. I
said before I left, and it was at the door when I got back.
I'm like, man, y'all are gonna skip
Erik,
past
where you whistle, Erik?
Erik was at the conference looking like 𝗬ing.
Yeah.
Oh, I got
He
the whistle.
came in that joint with a 10-gallon hat on. But hold up, Erik, you got to tell them the story about the hat and the people in Texas not having them.
Oh, okay. So let me give y'all my Texas hat, my Texas story. All right. This ain't gonna put me on the couch because y'all asked. So in case Dr. Meri's listening, but she's probably not. So anyway, Dr. Meri's had me going on so many stores in Maryland. Y'all know I live in Maryland. I done went to this boot barn till they got it. So the closest one is an hour away. We've been to 5 of them. We went to the boot barn because we're gonna come and look in that Cowboy, Texas. Okay, Dr. Meri, cool. Got some boots. I don't even wear boots. Went and got the boots, got the best fancy boots. And then Dr. Meri at the last minute said, we're not gonna do brown, because everything was like based off of brown and blue. Last minute, she said, nope, we're not doing brown. Why are we not doing brown? I had to order the boots online. They came house. She said, I got black boots at home. Now, why don't you just go buy some brown boots like you made me do? Nah, that's okay. Because we can save some money. We can go to black. Hey, got me with save some money. So I'm like, cool. Now we got to spend another couple of days driving all around to these boot barns in rush hour traffic way out in Virginia, which so y'all don't know is another hour and a half from places, middle of the night, switching from brown to black, right? And somehow it costs us even more money to go to black because now she got to get black jeans, she got to get black this, and she got to get black that, and she got to get this shirt. So we did all things. Every place we went, we said, we want to be authentic. We don't want to like a costume. We got to have real, official stuff, right? We got to have the real deals. I ain't got my black boots. And I was like, this other place, it's like, oh, no, you can't get these. These are regular, but that's cool. These are the real good boots. Now, you want to go to a place with no boots, you got to get these. These are the exotic. What do you mean boots to the boot? Nah, you got to get this one. Then you got to get the lizards, then this, then now you got to get the ostrich. I'm like, man, you see how much price these boots? I don't care about boots.
You had the ostrich joints, didn't you?
Yeah, I had the ostrich jock. And I'm like, I don't care about no boots. I don't care. Ostrich nothing. The most expensive shoes in my closet probably cost about $100, right? And I'm like, you want me to pay $700 for a boost? I ain't gonna win. Anyway, I'm trying not to sleep on the couch, y'all. I'm going with the flow. We gotta go with it.
You did have your
So,
boots on the ground, though. I will say that.
had my boots on the ground. And so now we dressed in boots, cowboy boots outfits. So now here's the thing. We ordered these hat boxes. We're supposed to come to help us travel. Because my Dr. Meri didn't want to spend the money at the store and buy the hat travel box. So I'm like, how do you get the hats there? And I never forget. I said, how do you get the hats there? And I said on the call when somebody said, we just wear it. And I was like, oh, good idea. So now the hat box didn't arrive. So now we're on the plane. So now we got to wear the hats. So I'm like, you know what? I'm wearing my hat. We wearing the hat. We coming out the airplane. And we get there. And everybody, then we text. Everybody looking at us. She got her hat on. I got my hat on. Because we had no way to travel with it. And man, we pull up we get to the first guy that's like, listen, where y'all from? Be like, Texas. No, you're not. What you mean we ain't from Texas? He said, look around, bro. I said, yeah. Don't nobody dress like that. I was like, we like this authentic Texas gear. He said, where y'all going to, like a costume party? Now you know that hurt. That stuck. He just drove a stake through our hearts. Like, man, what you mean to tell me we want an authentic? I spent all this money, all this time to look authentic, and you asking me if we're going to a costume party? He's like, well, y'all do know, like, ain't been that long, maybe about 10 years. We've been modernized, right? We stopped riding around in horses. We got cars. Like maybe over the last 10 years we've been modernized. We now got cars here in Texas, right? So we ain't on horses and buggies. It's not no longer. And I'm like, bro, they clowning me. Now the Texas people, I'm getting clowned by Texas people. Everywhere I go, they're looking like, hey, buddy, where you from? I'm like, where I'm from? And so me and Meri, this is weekend. All right, I'm wearing my hat. We going to the conference. Everybody looking like, hey, they looking like, who is this guy with the hat on? I'm like, I'm the only guy in the whole car. I may see one or two other people with a daggone cowboy hat on. I'm like, man, I'm wearing this cowboy hat every day, all day.
You thought you was doing something, didn't you?
Huh?
You thought you was doing something, didn't you?
At first, I thought I was doing something, but after I got there, I was so frustrated. I'm like, I done spent this money on this daggone hat. I'm wearing it everywhere I go, and I'm wearing my boots everywhere I go. I was wearing my boots with sweatpants. They're like, man, you won't wear boots and sweatpants? I wear boots and sweatpants. It's like, no. So anyway, that's my boot story. It was like, yeah, we thought we was trying to be real Texas. And people like, who are these fools coming up in here? Where are they from? And we're like, we're from Texas.
Right, partner.
You're a financial professional and you're protecting your investment.
Now, if you've been in the country, I'm telling you would fit in because.
She's like, if I would have been in the country, I would have blended in. But y'all don't understand. Coming from DC area, everything in Texas, in my mind, everything is country. I don't know what's the country. I don't know.
You were clean. Don't worry about you. They were hating on you. You were clean, Doc.
Yeah, you look like you were sharp as a razor blade. Look like you had $1 million stashed in a policy somewhere.
Yes, sir. Yes, you was.
Thank you, Jack.
Yeah, but ERU.
Yeah, there's got ERU. Oh, here come ERU. And here you come. I even had to start walking like a cowboy with a little cowboy limp. Like you got to walk like a bow-legged loose. I felt like I had guns on my side. Huh? What you say? What you say? I don't really. Erik, you ain't got no gun. Oh, okay. Let me slow down, cowboy. I was calling everybody cowboy. What you say, cowboy? Hey, what? Slow down, cowgirl. So anyway, that's my Texas story.
Y'all still had the best entrance. You had the best look on stage. Y'all killed it.
Thank you.
That joint came off.
I said every year y'all bring the heat, and then the next year you imitate it but never duplicate.
Never. Y'all was fine.
Now here's the funny thing. I'm like, okay, Troy, when you come in, see that corner over there? You're supposed to stand over there in the corner behind the curtains, and you're going to announce it from behind the curtains. It's going to be a surprise. So next time we want to come down from the back. They start the music, boom, we coming down from the back. Surprise, I'm looking, I'm standing like, here's Troy. Yeah, here's everybody. I'm like, didn't I just tell him to go back behind the curtains behind the counter? Troy like, nah, I don't mind.
That was just where you get your stuff from. They told me this is where you get your mic from, and they pushed me out there.
Oh, Troy's like, nah. Troy's like, nah, I got the spotlight, brother. Coming to the stage. I'm like, go ahead, Troy. Nah, that's cool.
Hey, so wait. The lesson is, here's the lesson. It's been a couple lessons these last couple years. One, I know Troy took his opportunity. I know Tony Burke took his opportunity. Anybody else, Eric, we know that had any opportunities?
𝗏𝗏
took her opportunity. They put executive partner on her thing.
partner.
Man, she
Executive
stood up. She got free food. She got free drinks. She got to sit in the free VIP section with us, Eric.
Yeah.
So the thing is, when you got an opportunity, Eric, you know us coming up, we was the kings of opportunities. If a door was unlocked, we was walking through it. So
Executive partner for life.
put yourself in a position to take advantage of the unforeseen opportunities that can bless you. Put yourself in position.
And you know what? I want to shout out to the team because I was like, we were going to do a dance contest. And I was like, hey, y'all, we're going to ask some people to come up, but we're only going to have a handful. Let's get our team, make sure y'all are ready. I was like, man, make sure y'all ready by the side. So the team showed up and showed out at the dance contest. Want to shout y'all out. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all turned it up so much. The next day, they had like, we had to get some dancers right. They had to dance the next day. They're like, oh, they got to try to top us. They're like, let's go get us a dance instructor real quick. I'm like, man.
They sure
They
did.
really did.
They're like, oh, they think they did something. Yeah, we raised the bar, y'all. We are
Now,
bar raisers.
One thing y'all got to take note of, there were some teams that came in there pretty deep, right? Like the Diamonds came in deep, right?
Yeah.
They came in, they was in uniform. They had the Ivory League look with their jackets and stuff. Very impressive, right? But guess what? Ain't nobody had no damn song.
Nope.
We had our own song.
Nope. That's right.
Mary's like, Erik, what y'all got something? Y'all, Jamie asked Meri, like, hey, Meri, what y'all do? Y'all got somebody from online to create the song? And Mary's like, nah. You know, Erik and Jock, that's their creation. They created a song. They got a band. That's their song. Yeah, what? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we got our own song. And we can ready to attach a dance to it and some verses, some life insurance enlightened verses.
Oh, shucks.
So I want to give it up to Jamming, to Go Jen, Jamming, Dancing Jen. I want to give it to all the dancers. Donna from Hyattsville, Tawana, the storyteller. Try to act like I ain't know y'all. Tawana from Tawana. You'll be like, how do you know everybody's name?
But Erik, you see how, and y'all that went through inside the studio, y'all see how that played out? It looked like it was organic, but it was totally scripted.
Miss 𝗏𝗀𝗀𝗏. Oh, y'all, it was fun.
It was a guy, he was like, hey, I see all y'all in those green shirts. Where y'all? I was like, we're part of Erik and Dr. Meri's house. He's like, man, look, it ain't a lot of y'all, but y'all down with it. Like, yeah, we stay down.
Yeah, we just got to bring some heat and some noise next time.
We bringing it. We're bringing it. Trust me.
You know, Monica know they know who we are, because I think Tawana was at y'all said it was either you or LT said. Monica was like, everybody gets a green sheet.
Yeah, she came in that morning.
Yeah, they some fans.
She was tripping.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all are doing it. Y'all. And it's the whole family, because I'm telling y'all, even on this Zoom, y'all got to remember, we have multiple hierarchy, multiple groups on this Zoom, and we are family. Jamie Jen, you got your hand up? I mean, hands up. I don't know if you wanted to add something before we go.
Yeah, I did. I just wanted to say, for those of you who weren't at the convention, okay, we all went outside and took some green sheet pictures for our having us green sheet shirts on. And y'all need to know, we walked back into that convention center screaming our tip drill at the top of our lungs. Everybody there knew what a green sheet was by the time we left. Like, everybody. Because we just kept yelling, who gets a green sheet? Everybody gets a green sheet. Who gets a green sheet? Like, we filled the whole thing.
Now, how many of y'all got noticed or recognized by people that you didn't notice or recognize? And the reason I'm asking you that is because this platform right here, y'all don't realize how many people watch this outside of it being viewed in its entirety. And I'm saying that to say a lot of people probably came up to a lot of you all and said, hey, I be watching you online. Keep up the good work.
Dr. 𝗏𝗀𝗃. He came up to me, and then I started taking him around to different people. But that was last year or year before at the convention, also with Nicole now. How, just from the Zoom, how everybody recognized everyone.
And I want to say something too. This Donna, just real quick. I had an amazing time. I mean, I've never experienced anything like that in my whole entire life, and I learned a lot. I met so many nice people. I got so much information. So I just want to say thank you all for the experience, and I'm really ready to rock. I need to figure it all out. That's all.
Figure it
Thank
out.
you.
Love it.
We got it.
I'm glad you got to experience it, Donna, because you can't. You hear people say it all the time. You can't transfer and bring that energy back. Like we can try to duplicate it, but you really got to be there and be in it and go through it and experience it like you did. So I'm glad you went the extra mile and did what you had to do to get there.
Thank you.
I need Troy to tell his rollout story.
Oh my!
I was laughing so hard. I couldn't stop laughing.
My goodness. Came out. They pushed me out there first of all. I didn't even know I was supposed. I said he didn't tell me about all this. So I go out there. I said okay, and I'm looking for them, and they're way in the back, and it's dark back there. I can't even see them. So we start doing the intro, and then I finish the intro, and I still can't see them. And I'm like, okay, what I do now? I'm looking. So I start ad-libbing and bringing them on to the stage, and I can see them. They get on up there. They work their way up there. They get up on stage, and I start backing away from Erik and Dr. Meri. And as I'm backing up, they got this huge step.
Yeah.
Right behind me. And just as I was hoping that wouldn't nobody see me, I was close to the curtain, but I wasn't quite there yet. So when I get back there, my peripheral vision caught the step right there. I picked the leg up to try to step up on it since I was right next to it, and it wasn't high enough. Man, I said, well, I said, this is going to be an awkward moment. So we just going to have to act like we in Taekwondo class and get behind this curtain as fast as possible. I tried to sit it down. That wasn't good enough. Then I had to roll back over the shoulder. Keep it moving to get out of there.
Tuck and roll.
But Troy, guess what?
My God.
Guess what Troy did though? He took a page out of the inside the studio book. When you mess up or something happens, make it look cool.
It was cool. It was definitely cool.
Roll back over the shoulder and get on up out of there. I was like, wow. Erik started talking. I thought Erik saw it because I said Erik started talking just at the right time to
Erik,
take all the attention on it, put all the attention on himself. So I said, thank you, Erik. Oh my God.
So it sounds like from a timing aspect, the roll happened simultaneously with Erik talking, so it took some of the eyeballs off you rolling, huh?
Yeah, I didn't see. We were about the time clock.
It's gonna be funny if they caught it on the edit B-roll and they get you rolling, buddy. That's gonna be some funny stuff.
Oh, man. And hello, I got one more thing to say. Just one more thing. I'm gonna shut up. I knew I shouldn't have done this, but anyway. So 𝗖𝗍cie 𝗃𝗏 and Cynthia, thank you so much for pouring into me. You made me feel very, very special. And I even had a session of training from Cynthia. So I thank you so much. I really, 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 really appreciate y'all. Thank you.
And the last thing, what happens at convention, never mind.
You got to bring it back. You can't keep it at convention. Tiffany, talk to us.
That's what I was going to say. You can't keep it at convention. You can't.
Talk to us, Tiffany.
Good morning, team. I just want to say I got to meet 𝗟𝗏𝗀𝗶𝗃𝗏, Miss Teresa O'Day, Susan.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, she's such a sweetheart. Mario, 𝗥𝗲𝘀. It was
Yeah.
such a pleasure. And I thought me and Susan was gonna have to be tag team fighters with this lady because she just took these people's seat and she was like so ignorant. Like, and Miss Cynthia had to tell me, Tiffany, do not get up. Tiffany, do not get up. Because she was like, nah, y'all, lose your seat, move your feet, lose your seat. I'm taking this. I'm taking it. I'm like, oh my God, this lady is so rude to these people. And the dude was like, this was my seat, though. She was like, I don't care. Hey, y'all better come up here. So Susan said, Tiffany, oh my God, I was so effing pissed. I was like, me too. Miss Cynthia said, Tiffany, do not move. Do
Never
not. I
saw
was
such
like,
ignorance on a grown woman.
man, it was so rude, but I just wanted to get up and like take all her braids and choke her with them because she was just so rude. And it bothered me because the next day she was standing up in my way. And I said, oh, yeah, I got the opportunity. Miss Cynthia ain't over here. And my ED about to come through this Soul Train line. And I stepped right there. I said, look, you're going to need to move, man. And every time she moved up, I said, look, ma'am, you're going to need to move. Do you know anybody about to go up on the stage? Because my ED going on the stage. And I was like, yes, Cynthia ain't over here with, yes, this is my time because I'm going to just bump her right on down. And she just kept getting in my way. And I said, I think this lady really think she bad and she like 50, 60 years old. And I think I was going to have to use some of Choi Taekwondo on this lady. So I'm just sitting there looking. And when she realized how many people we had with us, she kind of like moved away, her cell phone out the way. But the convention, man, had me tired. I learned so much. And I came home a different person because I never worked this much in Experior. And I'm being so transparent right now. I never worked this much, but I want to be rich and I want my pockets to be rich and I want my team to win and nobody is selfish on this team. And my level of thinking is just different. Because when I got back home, I felt like I was back in slavery time and my house is not good enough. So I need to prospect up and level up. And that's what I'm doing. So that's all I got.
Ooh, come on. You said a mouthful. It brings you emotion. I feel the passion. Annie, come on, talk to us.
Wow, wow, wow. Convention. Yeah, it was amazing. It was nice to see everybody. Meredith, Uncle Jack, the rest of you. And just to talk about the hats, Erik and Dr. Meri, you guys look distinguished on that stage. It was beautiful. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
indeed.
Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And there was another young lady from your team who had a hat on. She kind of fit in like a Texan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she was really nice. I also want to say that um it's 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 important that when we're planning a convention, we try to stay to that last day. Because that last day, that was when the millionaires were on the panel. And you asked them a question, and that was when the bombshell was announced, and it's always exciting. I know we had to fly back home, but always factor a little bit of that time to stay. And let me hear this. Those who were at the convention, I am an SM, and I'm gonna be an SED. So what's the reply? Why can't I be an SED? What's the reply, please?
Why not?
Why
Oh, why
not?
not?
Why not?
All right. Thank
Yeah,
you
yeah.
so much for allowing me to share.
Woo, thank you, y'all.
Mhm.
I know we stayed long, but today, but guess what's Memorial Day's holiday? We ain't got no other things going on. And one last story I just want to leave y'all with. Somebody asked me this after everybody left, because we had a after party at the house. So after the party at the house, somebody asked Erik, Miss Renee said, you know what? I have a question for you. That story that you told, I only thought about this because Tiffany. She said, that story that you told about the seats, was that real? I don't know if y'all anybody heard me introduce the gentleman. Was with the seat.
I heard it. I heard it.
Is that story, was that a real story? I'm like, that was real. So you talk about this, Tiffany, like me and Dr. Meri reserved some seats, and this group came in. They came in strong. We're Native American. They were like, we ain't moving. They moved Dr. Meri out the way. There's like no holding seats. We tried to hold some seats. Like no holding seats. We're looking around, everybody else holding seats. But like, nah, y'all ain't holding these seats. And they just filled in. It was like a whole mob of them just overtook me and Dr. Meri, and it was like, we ain't moving. And so we sat next to each other, and I was like, and we had a whole row. Next thing you know, all we had was left with 3 seats. Dr. Meri was able to hold 3 seats. And it was Dr. Meri at the end. And
we had 3 rows, Erik. We were trying to hold 3 rows.
We were trying to hold 3. Who's that?
Your wife.
Dr. Meri.
That's Dr. Meri?
Yeah.
Yep, I've been holding my tongue.
You about to be in trouble.
Oh my.
Oh.
Erik.
Oh.
Hey, baby.
Anyway.
Hey, baby, is that you?
He was listening the whole time.
So I'm glad y'all came out tonight, right? It's a good morning. It's Memorial Day. We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna see y'all tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and you tune in. Y'all gonna get the rest of that story live from Dr. Meri tonight. All right. With that being said, DJ, take it away. Don't try to play special DJ today. Now, DJ like, oh, you on your own. It's DJ, go!
Get your green sheets. Everybody, get your green sheets. Get your green sheets. Everybody.